Starts right now.
Fire, it can be a homeowner's worst fear. And tonight, one local family is facing the difficult task of recovering and rebuilding after one started by an air conditioner destroyed their home and a lifetime of memories.
Yes, the 19's Jonathan Cotto spoke with the victims of the blaze who tell us they simply do not have anywhere else to go.
This was their home, this was their rooms, this was their stuff, and today we had to throw away all the clothes and toys.
Larry Lampkin and his fiancée Monica Chavez say telling their two daughters they no longer have a home to come back to may be the hardest of the numerous challenges they're facing after a fire engulfed their East Side home on Monday. The couple says it was a window air conditioning unit they installed that nearly destroyed everything they owned. They were both in the backyard when they noticed the smoke.
So the firefighters got here, and by then it was too late, and my family's home up in smoke, I feel bad for, because we all have memories here.
Passed down from one generation to the next, a home once filled with decades worth of photos, special keepsakes and memories, all now reduced to just ashes.
I was born in this home. My mom was born in this home. This home belonged to my grandfather. They built this home 63 years ago.
Lampkin says they're trying to figure it all out before their daughters come back from visiting family in Houston. Chavez, a full-time nursing student, and Lampkin in search of a new job. He says their home did not have insurance.
The last day of my job, my house burned, so I don't even have another job to lean on.
Lampkin and Chavez were scheduled to be married in November. The dresses their daughters would wear to that wedding ruined, along with everything else.
The world was looking bright for us, and now so much uncertainty, But taking it day by day is difficult.
Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Fiesta goers and vendors can breathe a sigh of relief tonight after two arrests were made in connection with the burglaries in the Market Square last week. 17-year-old Emmanuel Alonzo and 19-year-old Emmanuel Godinez now facing charges. People enjoying Fiesta this afternoon say this theft was a slap in the face to many organizations who benefit from Fiesta proceeds.
It's been super busy. Like last night, hectic. I walked out with 153 intense.
The busy atmosphere at Market Square during Fiesta.
It's crazy right now, yeah.
Sparked the interest of these three alleged suspects who San Antonio police say were caught on surveillance video burglarizing and damaging multiple vendor booths. Fiesta goers disappointed that someone would take advantage of a charitable fun event.
I knew about it because they contacted us and they were like, be careful with your store.
That's no good. That's bad business.
An arrest affidavit says the suspects hit one vendor hard, taking sports jerseys and hats. And police say they hit other vendors, stealing wallets, purses, hunting knives, kitchen utensils, and other items.
Well, when I hear that happened, all I hear is my father's voice in the background saying, if you steal, you get stolen from. And I ain't playing with you. And it's true, because I experienced that before in my life.
According to an affidavit, police got an anonymous call leading them to one suspect. He then admitted to the burglaries and gave investigators information that led to the arrest of these two men, 17-year-old Emmanuel Alonzo and 19-year-old Emmanuel Godinez.
Kids just need more direction and by their parents, and people work hard for their stuff.
Now that the men are in custody, people are happy, especially the vendors.
Don't ruin it for other people. The more that y'all mess up and the more that y'all screw things up for us, like the less fun we get to have, and then we don't get to do this anymore.
I think they're going to grow from this. I think they're going to see what they did and look at it from the outside looking in, and then they'll see other people going through the same thing that they did, and they'll see that it was wrong.
Both Alonzo and Godinez have been booked on burglary charges. The third suspect has not been identified, and it's unclear what charges he could face.
Taking a look now at other top stories we've been following today. Police are searching for a person they say shot an 11-year-old girl overnight. It happened around 11 p.m. last night in the Wood Lake Trails Mobile Home Park. Bexar County Sheriff's deputies tell us a white vehicle drove up to a home and fired several shots. One of those bullets hitting an 11-year-old girl who was sitting in her living room. She was taken to the hospital where she is expected to recover. Anyone with information about this shooting asked to call the Bexar County Sheriff's Office.
A man was killed in a hit-and-run crash just after police say he was celebrating his birthday last night. It happened just after 9 on the city's west side in the 1300 block of Bandera Road near Willard Street. Officers say the victim was leaving the Dragon Sports Bar and was crossing the road when he was hit. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say he was not using the crosswalk. The driver did not stop to help, and police are still searching for them.
Making headlines around Texas tonight, a U.S. Air Force Academy cadet was one of 2 people killed in a small plane crash south of Fort Worth this week. Lieutenant General Richard Clark, the superintendent for the U.S. Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs, said on Twitter that 20-year-old Nick Duran, a junior, died in the crash on Thursday while he was home on leave in Texas. The Tarrant County Medical Examiner's Office said Duran died of blunt force injuries. The Federal Aviation Administration said the wreckage of the single-engine plane with 2 people aboard was found Thursday after it had been declared missing. The other person on board also died. A cause for that crash has not yet been determined.
Today we learned a Houston man is among the 159 people still unaccounted for following the collapse of a 12-story condo tower near Miami. That's according to a report from our sister station at KPRC. Family members of Manny LaFont told KPRC today they haven't heard from him since the tower's collapse in Surfside, Florida on Thursday. LaFont grew up in Houston and went to Sharpston High School. He later went on to study at Texas A&M University and the University of Houston. According to family members, search and rescue efforts are still ongoing as we speak. We'll have a full report on those efforts coming up in just a few minutes.
Outside with live cam tonight. Hope your weekend got off to a great start today. It was, of course, a hot afternoon, a warm evening, but we had a pretty consistent breeze all day long. And I don't know about you, but that breeze always really helps out, especially this time of year when it's so hot and muggy out there. 78 our morning low, 4 degrees above average for this time of year and a high of 95, just 2 degrees above average for late June. Approaching late June here, but still a good bit away from today's record high, which was 106 set back in 2012. Tomorrow, highs in the 90s, but low 90s for some of us. And yes, you're seeing that correctly. A chance of some scattered downpours, mainly after lunchtime on Sunday. We're going to keep rain chances around through early next week. We'll talk about that and get you a look at your full forecast coming up very shortly. Tim.
We'll look forward to it. Thank you, Katie. San Antonio is showing its pride. The city flying a pride version of the city's flag over City Hall today for the first time to commemorate Pride Month. Today also marks 6 years since the Supreme Court ruled same-sex marriage would be legal in all 50 states. San Antonio Mayor Ron Nirenberg today thanked the city's LGBTQ advisory board for the flag recommendation, as well as local LGBTQ plus partner organizations like the Pride Center for the work that they've done to advance equity in our city. A statement from Robert Salcido Jr., the executive director at Pride Center San Antonio, reads in part, the flag is a representation of the LGBTQ plus community's resilience, the struggles we have faced, and a reminder that we must continue to fight for inclusivity and respect, especially for our Black and brown community members, end quote.
Morgan's Wonderland this summer is debuting an ultra-accessible sports complex. The new $4 million property sits just west of the main theme park and will offer different sports programs along with spaces for open play. Alicia Barrera visited the new sports complex and tells us what it means for all athletes of all abilities.
It's been 3 years in the making, and today, Morgan's Wonderland Sports is finally able to welcome athletes of all abilities to their courts and fields for volleyball, for basketball, for football, softball, and many other sports. And taking the mound to throw out the first pitch today, Morgan Hartman, a young woman who inspired the amusement and water parks and now the sports complex. She has a strong arm and a strong desire to be included.
And Morgan's not the exception, but I mean, everybody wants to be a part of something. And so that's what we ultimately are about, is bringing everyone together.
More than 30 court and field combinations make up the ultra-accessible complex that is already making a difference in the lives of athletes like Mario Wright.
I do the wheelchair football, wheelchair pickleball, wheelchair softball, wheelchair soccer.
He grew up playing sports, but life changed when he became wheelchair-bound in 2009. Years later, it's the love of sports and the ability of being out on the field with friends that keeps him going.
Oh, joy. I mean, I love it. I love everything about this sports center. Like, I think this will encourage more people in wheelchairs to come out and play sports, because, this is for everyone to come out and play.
Morgan's Wonderland designed the sports complex to be a place with no barriers or limitations, letting those with disabilities reach their fullest potential.
It's just an opportunity to come and have fun and put your potential to the max. And it's up to you to push yourself, but we're here to guide, we're here to coach, and we're here to just provide an opportunity in a space of safe and inclusive atmosphere.
Open play begins Tuesday, June 29th, and no membership is required.
Oh yeah!
Alicia Barrera, KSAT 12 News.
Still ahead on the Nightbeat tragedy in New Mexico, a hot air balloon hits power lines and crashes to the ground, leaving no survivors. We'll bring you that for story. Plus, when do you know it's a good time to start leaving your kids home alone? Some things to consider now that people are starting to head back to the office.
And the search for survivors continues after a partial building collapse near Miami. Heavy smoke and fires at the site are making the rescue efforts more difficult. We've got the latest from the scene next. Now to the latest on the search for survivors in the devastating building collapse in Surfside, Florida. Officials announcing at least 5 have been pronounced dead and 156 are still missing.
Yeah, but search crews say they are not giving up hope as family members anxiously await some answers. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest tonight from the scene.
Desperate pleas from the family members of more than 150 people missing since Thursday, taking their frustrations directly to the governor of Florida.
Imagine if your children were in there. Red tape is not important when my daughter is dying.
Officials acknowledging the seemingly endless wait is painful.
You wake up in the morning hoping that more and more people were pulled out.
Still, crews pushing forward with optimism and determination as they battle heavy smoke and fires deep inside the debris.
So God bless our families and our first responders. We hold you in our hearts.
Miami-Dade Fire Rescue Chief Andy Alvarez on CNN.
There's always hope. I was in Haiti and 8 days after we were there, we took a girl out of a collapse, and you gotta have hope, and we're doing everything that we can to bring your family member out alive.
In a 2018 report, an engineer warned of major structural damage to the concrete below the pool deck, also finding cracked columns in the underground parking garage. But engineers found another document with the city describing the overall concrete framing as being in good condition, and now concerns about its sister condo building nearby, built by the same people at the same time.
I can't tell people that it's a safe building. I just, given what we've seen happen here.
The town of Surfside says residents at that sister building are now under voluntary evacuation. FEMA will be helping them temporarily relocate as investigators look into that building over the next few weeks. Rena Roy, ABC News, Surfside, Florida.
Turning to weather now. Katie, I went out to Market Square earlier today for my story, and that breeze was life.
Yes.
It was great.
That can make all the difference in the world, honestly, when it's this warm and humid, that breeze.
Especially during Fiesta.
Yeah, it just keeps things moving around, gets you a nice little, you're at the fan look.
I see it with the moves.
That we all want. Yeah, well, depends on the day. They could have used some fans big time up in the Pacific Northwest. Check out the high temperatures officially now. New record highs for Seattle and Portland up there on the upper left-hand side of your screen. That 109 in Portland, since records have been kept, and that was the late 1930s, early 1940s when that began. That is the hottest it has ever been in Portland, 109. And what is just incredible here, if we were seeing these kind of numbers here at home, it would be a big story for us, but we're equipped to deal with it. We've got AC. A lot of folks up in that part of the country don't have AC. And we're going to talk a little bit more about this heat wave up in the Pacific Northwest coming up next half hour. Meanwhile, here at home, 95 our high at the airport. It did get up to 102 in Del Rio and 100 in Carrizo Springs. As we head into the next couple of days, our high temperatures are actually going to drop a little bit. Now, you're not going to be pulling out sweaters or anything here Monday and Tuesday, but with better chances of rain in the forecast, some more cloud cover, we will see our highs drop into the low 90s, upper 80s through the early parts of next week. And this time of year, That's not bad. That is not bad. Right now, 82 at the airport here in town. It's 80 in Gonzales, 81 in Rock Springs. And here's that breeze we were mentioning. Very nice. I mean, still fairly strong, about 10 to 15 miles per hour out of the southeast. So with that wind direction off the Gulf of Mexico, it's bringing in very humid air, but again, that breeze just helps us out. Overnight, winds will relax to about 5 to 10 miles per hour, and we're not going to see our temperatures drop a whole lot. Mid to upper 70s, skies becoming overcast. It's mostly clear for now, but we will see those low clouds build back in through early tomorrow morning, and especially closer to dawn. I can't rule out a few little sprinkles or a stray shower, but it'll be around lunchtime and then tomorrow afternoon that we see our best chance of rain on Sunday, and that'll be a chance of some scattered downpours. There could be some flashes of lightning tomorrow afternoon, but no big concern for severe weather, and we'll get into that shortly. So again, satellite and radar here in our portion of the state, things are quiet, but we've got some severe weather ongoing around Midland, Odessa, up to Lubbock, and in portions of the Texas Panhandle. All of that active weather is moving due east, so that's not going to be affecting our area overnight. Rather, to see the system that's going to bring our weather changes tomorrow, we're actually looking out in the Gulf of Mexico. Kind of quiet satellite and radar wise right now, but as I switch over to water vapor here, this shows the different moisture content in the atmosphere. That orange is very dry air. The purple and blue, that's really high moisture content. We've got this counterclockwise swirl here. This is a tropical wave, basically a piece of rain making energy that's going to get closer to us tomorrow, hang out with us Monday, even into Tuesday before dissipating by the middle of the week. And this is what's going to help bring some scattered downpours, mainly in the afternoon hours for the next few days, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Some isolated rain possible Wednesday into Thursday, but our best shot will be here over the next 3 days or so. I want to show you what Futurecast looks like because I think it paints a good picture of what we're looking at tomorrow. As we get closer to lunchtime, I do think we'll start to see some thunder showers bubbling up east of 35, and then these showers will try to make some westward progress toward the I-35 corridor, even points west through tomorrow afternoon. Some heavy downpours will be possible, also some flashes of lightning, but we're not looking at organized thunderstorms tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday, just these nice hit or miss downpours that can produce some heavy rain. If you get under one of these downpours, you could pick up a quick 1 to 2 inches of rain. Unfortunately, good rainfall is not going to be widespread over the next few days, but again, if you find yourself under one of those thunder showers, you could pick up a quick 1 to 2 inches, and that'll be true for about the next 3 days. So highs right around 90 tomorrow. I think we'll bring those down a few degrees Monday into Tuesday, and that certainly is a nice change of pace for this time of year, guys.
So right, Katie. Thank you so much.
All right, Larry, Becky Hammon, the coach of the Spurs, long rumored to be up for a head coaching position in Portland, now looks like she is no longer in the running for that job.
Yeah, when it was reported that Portland's owner, Jody Allen, was interested in hiring Becky Hammon, I thought, okay, she really has a good shot. But come to find out, it doesn't appear they're going to go with her. They're going to go with a former NBA player instead. And the Bucks slowed down Trae Young, and they won Game 2. Coming up. Spurs assistant coach Becky Hammon recently said somebody's going to have to take a chance when it comes to hiring her as an NBA head coach. Well, it appears the Portland Trailblazers are not going to be that team. Portland is in talks to hire Clippers assistant coach Chauncey Billups to make him their next head coach. The Blazers reportedly offered him the job last night. He's 44 years old and has a great relationship with Blazers superstar guard Damian Lillard. Billups has been his choice all along. Becky was one of 3 finalists for the gig, along with Billups and Nets assistant coach Mike D'Antoni. Former Spur Bruce Bowen says Becky is more than ready to lead an NBA team because she was a point guard, a leader on the court, plus she's learning from Coach Pop.
She's been under the tutelage of Pop, and it seems that, you look right now, there are a few coaches that are having a huge impact in the Western Conference Finals, in the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm talking about Mike Budenholzer and Monty Williams. They come from that coaching tree. So there is something in the water of San Antonio. I just hope she gets a great opportunity because she deserves it.
Hammon was a candidate for multiple NBA head coaching jobs this summer, and according to reports, was also interviewed by the Orlando Magic. We caught up with former Spur Antonio Daniels at his basketball camp, and he had this to say about Becky landing a head coaching job.
It's a matter of time. Like, she has paid her dues. She knows her stuff. She has coached under the best coach in league history, in my opinion, and Greg Popovich. It's a matter of time before she gets that opportunity. And when she gets that opportunity, she's not just blazing a trail for Becky Hammon. She is blazing a trail for anyone in this world that has daughters. So they can look up and say, you know what, I want to be like Becky Hammon. Not just a basketball player, not just a person, but also the NBA head coach.
The Magic have yet to make a hiring decision. Their president of basketball operations, Jeff Weltman, suggested this week that he and his staff will not rush the process. Mark Stein of the New York Times is reporting the Magic prefer their next hire to have previous head coaching experience, which would eliminate Becky if true. In the Western Conference Finals, the Suns are playing at the Clippers in Game 4 of that series right now. Phoenix trying to go up 3-1. First quarter, Jay Crowder makes a three, and it's 10-2 Suns and timeout Clippers. Phoenix led the entire first quarter and 29-20 after one. Second frame, Chris Paul driving, flips the ball up to DeAndre Ayton for a sweet alley-oop layup and a 13-point Suns lead, 39-26. Then Cameron Payne sinks a 28-foot three-pointer, and the Suns are cruising 44-28. They led 50-36 at halftime. And let's check out the score right now in the fourth quarter. The Suns are up by 1, 75-74. The Clippers are once again without Kawhi Leonard. More on this game tomorrow at 5:30. In the Eastern Conference Finals, the Bucks blew out the Hawks in Game 2 last night, 125-91. They led by as many as 41 points in the fourth quarter. Now, the key last night for the Bucks was their defense on Hawks guard Trae Young. In Game 1, he had 48 points and 11 assists, but in Game 2, he scored 15 on 6 of 16 shooting to go with 3 assists and a whopping 9 turnovers.
Yeah, and that's all on me. I got to be better at taking care of the ball and just doing a better job of just at least getting us a shot. And 9 turnovers is way too much, and I got to do better, and I will be better next game. So definitely a big reason.
I think just mix it up, make it difficult for him, not get too many easy looks. Last game, he was living in the paint, had a lot of floaters. Those were pretty much layups for him. So we didn't really want that to get him started early. And then I don't think he went to the free throw line much tonight, which is also pretty big for us.
Went to the free throw line 3 times, making 2. Game 3 is tomorrow night, 7:30 in Atlanta. Coming up later in sports, Judson softball great Keely Williams talks about making Team USA. What an honor. And Texas baseball trying to fight off elimination again, guys.
We'll look forward to it. Thank you, Larry.
Yep.
Stay with us.
Welcome back. Police in Albuquerque, New Mexico responded to a tragic scene early this morning after a hot air balloon crashed into power lines. Officials say it is the deadliest balloon accident in the U.S. in 5 years. Here's ABC's Ika Jochi with the details.
They're on that side. They're on that side. I think they're on that side. The balloon just fell off, you guys. Hit an electrical pole.
Police in Albuquerque responded to a hot air balloon accident early Saturday morning.
We have a fire to where I believe a hot air balloon crashed.
After hitting a power line and dragging along it for a short distance, the gondola detached from the balloon before crashing to the ground.
It's going to be right in the middle of the intersection. So we do have both northbound and southbound lanes blocked.
5 people were riding in the balloon. 2 men and 2 women died at the scene, including the pilot.
A very tragic situation. Our officers, who arrived first on scene, had a tough time when they saw what they saw. These things are just horrible anytime they happen.
A 5th person was transported to the hospital where they later died. Power was knocked out to about 13,000 homes, but has since been restored. The balloon, or the envelope as it's known, eventually landed in a nearby backyard. Authorities say it's still unclear what led up to the crash. The FAA and the NTSB will be joining the investigation. 2 investigators on their way to the scene.
Here in Albuquerque, that sometimes winds kick up or, things happen that make it difficult for balloons to navigate. We're not sure the cause of this at this point. Obviously, the FAA will look into this and determine what the cause was. Fortunately, fatal accidents are pretty rare, but sometimes there's tragedy that can occur, and that appears to be what happened today.
Ika Jochi, ABC News.
Making headlines around America, a man was hurt pretty bad after jumping out of a plane that was taxiing for takeoff at LAX last night. Airport officials say he was on a United Express flight heading for Salt Lake City around 7 o'clock. The FAA says some kind of altercation occurred on the plane as it was moving away from the gate. Police say the man opened a door, launched the emergency slide, and jumped. Why he did it is unclear. Authorities apprehended him and took him to the hospital.
Staying in California, a great white shark attacked in the Bay Area this morning, sent a 35-year-old man to the hospital with serious injuries. That man swimming off of Gray Well Cove State Beach when he was attacked. He suffered severe injuries to his right leg, but was able to swim to shore to find help. Paramedics used advanced life support measures to stop the bleeding, and the swimmer is listed in serious condition at Stanford Hospital. The San Mateo Sheriff's Department estimates that great white shark was between 6 to 8 feet long based on the bite marks. The beach is closed for the time being.
The ship Celebrity Edge set sail today, making it the first cruise ship to leave from an American port with paying passengers in more than a year. The cruise ship has approval from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention to set sail. All but 1% of the passengers will be totally vaccinated, and the ship is sailing at just 36% capacity. The cruise's CEO says he's confident the cruise line is ready to get back to business, and passengers also ready.
I'm comfortable being here. I hope there's a lot more people comfortable, and maybe, us being out here will give other people the thought of, hey, you know what? That went well. Maybe we'll think about it. And that's okay too. Everybody's got their own, way of thinking.
The ship's departure comes after 4 passengers on 2 ships in Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines tested positive for COVID-19 earlier this month.
Meanwhile, air travel during the pandemic has hit a new record this week. More than 2.1 million people were screened at TSA airport checkpoints on Friday. That is the highest checkpoint volume since the start of the pandemic. This is also the 8th day in June. The number has been over 2 million. It's close, but right now travel numbers are not quite back to the pre-pandemic levels. Still ahead on the Nightbeat, is it time for your child to stay home alone? It is a question many parents are now asking as they are facing schedules of returning to normal and back to work after working from home for so long. After the break, some things you need to know before deciding.
At the peak of the pandemic, many parents were juggling work and kids at home. As more people are returning to the office, the question now might be, should my child stay home alone? Ursula Perry with some things to consider before leaving them for the first time.
While only a few states legally require kids to be of a certain minimum age to be left on their own, and Texas is not one of them, how do you know if your child is ready?
I think a lot of parents are wondering that.
According to a study presented by the American Academy of Pediatrics in 2019, a majority of nearly 500 social workers believe children should be at least 12 years old before being left home alone for 4 hours or longer.
As the caregiver, you know if your kids are ready for this and if they'll be able to handle themselves should anything happen.
Dr. Stephanie Walsh with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta's Strong for Life says, first, talk to your child with open-ended questions into how they may feel about being alone. Then work up to it.
Start off with these short 30-minute times that they're alone and then come back and have, again, another conversation around it so you can get an idea what went well or what made them nervous.
Before leaving a child alone, leave a list of names and numbers of people they can call, your home address, and any other important medical information.
They know if something happens, they can go grab this book, and it's going to have numbers of people they can call and any other information they might need to give 911 if they needed to call them.
You can also alert a neighbor.
Just so that they can be there and they can be a lookout, because it does take a village to raise children.
And that was Ursula Perry reporting. Walsh also suggests leaving food for your child so they don't have to use an oven or a stove, and always make sure guns and medicines are also locked away.
Look outside with a live cam again this evening over by the airport. We're still warm in the low 80s, and tomorrow will be another warm day, but it's probably not going to feel quite so miserably hot like what we've seen the past few days, because we'll have a little bit of added cloud cover along with a chance of some downpours kicking in mainly around and after lunchtime. And for the next few days, our rain chances are going to be highest during the daytime heating hours or the heat of the day, and that generally is through the mid and late afternoon hours. So if yard work is in your forecast tomorrow, we'll have some scattered downpours around. We'll talk a little bit more about that, and also another look at that ongoing heat wave across the Pacific Northwest coming up in just a bit.
We are really starting to see some of the effects of the extreme heat wave slamming the Pacific Northwest this weekend. Right now, all that snow and ice on Mount Rainier's 14,000 plus foot peak is starting to melt. Rainier has 25 major glaciers. The Pacific Northwest is in line for potentially historic high temperatures nearing the triple digits throughout the weekend, with Portland and Seattle possibly hitting all-time records. Now, certainly we are used to triple-digit heat here in Texas. Extreme heat like this is very out of the ordinary, though, for the Pacific Northwest. Averages around this time of year there, usually in the mid-70s. So how does this heat affect us here in Texas? Our own Katie Blake has an answer to that, and you can check out all of that information by finding this article right now on KSAT.com. Hot here, Katie, but man, super hot there.
At least we have the, the infrastructure for it.
Right.
We've all got AC. A lot of people there don't. And in that climate minute that you can find on KSAT's climate page, I talk about the low percentage of homes in that part of the country that have AC because majority of the time they just don't need it. And we'll take another look at the records today. So I mentioned last half hour that 109 in Portland, hottest temperature ever recorded. The 102 in Seattle, that's their second hottest temperature ever recorded. But this is not over after today. Check out tomorrow's high temperatures. Yes, these numbers, like I said earlier, these would give us pause here in South Texas. So you can imagine just the tremendous amount of heat stress that these folks are facing up in the Pacific Northwest Sunday and into Monday. Tomorrow into Monday, those could be when temperatures spike before they come back down a little bit by the middle of next week, but still going to stay unseasonably warm in this part of the country. The reason why, big, strong dome of high pressure sitting over the Pacific Northwest into a portion of Canada, producing those well above average temperatures. No rain-making energy around there, that's for sure. We've also got an area of upper level high pressure over parts of the East Coast. It's not quite as strong, though, so temperatures not as extreme on the East Coast. Center part of the country, a lot of that orange here, nice big dip in the jet stream. That's some rain-making energy, keeping the central U.S. pretty cool and rainy this weekend. But we've got our own piece of rain-making energy down in the Gulf of Mexico that's going to be moving our way as we get into tomorrow and Monday, bringing us some rain chances. So again, pretty noisy up in the Texas Panhandle and Northwest Texas with some ongoing severe storms there. But it's this area of some really light rain and cloud cover tonight that is spinning counterclockwise that will move our direction tomorrow. Weather Service is calling this a tropical wave. It really doesn't have any tropical characteristics. This is just some nice rain-making energy for us. It's going to provide a little bit of extra moisture and a little bit of lift, two things that we need to produce some showers and thunderstorms. But the nature of this rain-making energy moving in, again, not terribly organized or strong. It's just enough to help during the heat of the day pop up some of these downpours that can produce some heavy rain and flashes of lightning, but we're not going to see any organized thunderstorm activity over the next couple of days. So that really cuts out the potential for a lot of severe weather in terms of hail and damaging winds. Certainly no concern for any tornadic activity the next couple of days. These are going to be those nice big puffy white cumulonimbus clouds that produce some heavy rain, some flashes of lightning, and then they move right along. So a scattering of these downpours, but for who gets good rain, it's going to be pretty hit or miss. As we head into tomorrow afternoon, once we get past sunset, activity will wind down, but as we heat up again Monday afternoon, some more scattered downpours will be possible. So something to keep in mind over the next few days. The coverage will be scattered. If you get under one of these downpours, you could pick up a quick 1 to 2 inches of rain. That's not going to be for everyone, but a few lucky yards could see that. And again, little to no, I'm confident in saying no severe weather over the next few days. Just these nice tropical downpours to help cool some of us off a little bit. 82 now at the airport. Dew point is still high, so it actually feels like 86. But like we've been talking about, we've still got a nice breeze out there this evening, and that has really been our saving grace today. Winds will be light tonight, not quite as breezy tomorrow. Winds about 5 to 15 miles per hour, but hopefully you can catch yourself under one of these cooling downpours. Highs will be in the low 90s. Try mid to upper 80s Monday into Tuesday with some more of these passing downpours possible. This is an odd weather pattern for us this time of year, but we will take it, that's for sure, guys.
Oh, for sure, Katie. Thank you so much.
All right, a big honor, Larry, and perhaps a new challenge for a Judson's high school softball player.
Yeah, Keely Williams was one of 33 invited to Oklahoma City to try out for the USA U18 softball team, and she made it. We will hear from her coming up. Plus, a fan caused a huge wreck at the Tour de France. Coming up.
It's pretty awesome being selected out of, I don't know how many people are in America, just overall being the last 15, 16 girls on the team. It's pretty special.
Judson's Keely Williams is thrilled to represent Team USA in softball in big board sports. 16 hours after saving their season, Texas baseball was back on the diamond in Omaha with a berth in the College World Series final on the line against Mississippi State today. Longhorns struck out 18 times against the Bulldogs pitcher Will Bednar last Sunday, but this time the bats are rolling. Top of the second, one on. Cam Williams sends one deep to right, and that is gone. A 2-run home run puts Texas on top 2-0. But Mississippi State gets a run back in the third, but Texas responds in the fifth. Mike Antico drills a double to the gap in right center. Doug Hodo the third scores, and it's 3-1 Longhorns. But the Bulldogs come all the way back, and with the game tied at 3 in the bottom of the ninth and the game-winning run on second, Tanner Leggett knocks a base hit in the left. Braylon Skinner will score, and the Longhorns come up a game short of the CWS Championship Series. 4-3 is the final. Congratulations to Judson softball star Keely Williams, who's now a proud member of the 2021 USA Softball U18 Junior Women's National Team. The Texas A&M commit is one of 18 athletes to make the final roster following a 2-day selection trial process in Oklahoma City, which wrapped up yesterday. She's thrilled to make Team USA and equally excited to represent Judson and the entire San Antonio area.
It's pretty special because I get to represent everyone that I care for and who I love and my hometown, you know. And everyone that cares for me, I'm also representing them. So I'm just pretty happy. Yeah.
The 16-player roster and 2 replacements will compete at the World Baseball Softball Confederation U18 World Cup in Lima, Peru, August 28th through September 5th, and the Junior Pan Am Games in Colombia, November 25th through December 5th. All right, play ball. The Astros and Tigers playing a doubleheader at Comerica Park today. The Tigers won Game 1 3-1 to snap the Astros' 11-game winning streak. Game 2 now, top of the 6th. Astros down 2-0 when Yordan Alvarez ties it up with a 2-run shot to left center field, his 13th homer of the season. Next batter, Carlos Correa makes it back-to-back homers with a rocket to left field, his 15th round tripper, and the Astros take game 2 3-2. Royals at the Rangers today. Texas right fielder Joey Gallo had himself a game. Bottom of the 5th, he crushes that pitch to right center field. 3-run job, and the Rangers lead 6-0. That one measured 451 feet. Bottom 8, Gallo tags a 2-run shot for the final run of the games. Homers 14-15 for Gallo, and the Rangers roll 8-0 behind Gallo's 5 RBI. And check this out. Stage 1 of the Tour de France saw a huge crash that took down a large part of the peloton. A fan with a cardboard sign leaned into the path of veteran rider Tony Martin, who fell off his bike and took many others down in his slipstream. That fan was holding a sign with a German term of endearment for grandparents. They were obviously appearing to get on TV. Now, after the incident, the Tour cautioned fans to respect the safety of riders and don't risk everything for a photo or to get on television. They maybe should have put that warning out beforehand. Don't you? Oh, man.
Staying out of the way.
Fans are excited to be back, allowed for the Tour de France, but come on.
Yikes. Thank you, Larry.
You got it.
Stay with us.
Finally tonight, something good.
That's right. The oldest living male gorilla in the world added another candle to his birthday cake this week. Zoo Atlanta celebrated Ozzy's 60th birthday. That's an accomplishment since gorillas are seen as geriatric after turning 40. Ozzy has more than 20 descendants, including great-grandchildren, some of whom also live at Zoo Atlanta. Western lowland gorillas are considered endangered, so Zoo Atlanta officials say Ozzy's offsprings are a major contribution to the future of the species.
Looks like that cake was mostly made out of vegetables and fruits there, not sugar cake.
Oh, yeah.
Tasty,
that's cute. They did that for him. Yeah, I bet he liked it. That's for sure. Some scattered downpours will be around for the next few days. Not a total washout, but nice to see highs dropping into the upper 80s, guys.
We'll take it. Thank you, Katie. That's all of our time. Thanks for watching.
That's right. Be sure to catch Good Morning San Antonio tomorrow morning starting at 6. Have a good night.